Welcome back with the Zeteran Legion, my friends. It looks like we just got some water deposits here near Odessa, and we're also in a time of relative calm. We also gained a bit of discipline. That being said, the residents right now are not totally happy with us. There is some discontent amongst the ranks, but we're trying to keep everybody pretty happy. We are a bit of an authoritarian state, but a bit of a meritocracy as well. Sort of, I guess, like the old Roman Empire. Essentially, we do have quite a degree of authority here, but we're willing to work with people, and we've done that in the past. We've also got, it looks like, our first Xeno to deal with here, and we don't know what we're facing, so I'm going to try to bring some additional forces here to assist with this problem. In fact, I'll probably just bring this militia over. For now, I guess I'll have to be happy with our guys attacking this Xeno and hope for the best. So let's go ahead and do that. Another thing that's interesting that's been happening, looks like just free folk marauders. But up north, I want to show you the Rickerstop Empire is a bit upset with our attack. And you can see here, the Xenos absolutely held us off. You see, Xenos don't actually have a supply route here, so they can pretty much get away with just about anything. I'm going to send this militia unit down, but this is where the enemy is getting upset. Technically, they're not our enemy yet, but they could be very, very soon here. And I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and completely take this road. Whoa! The Iron State actually ambushed us here. I did not expect that. I am not sure if this is going to be the actual Iron State. Yeah, so that's the Iron State right there. We haven't officially declared war, but as you can see, they definitely put up a fight, which leads me to believe that maybe they're interested in something a little more than just kind of hanging out here on our borders. I'm going to send my Doom Rocket through, again, with the intention to just cut this guy off. I'd certainly like to have even more troops over here, but we currently just don't. Something we could do is, of course, go and see if we could purchase some troops here, raise a formation from the independent infantry battalions, but again, even with that, it's going to take us a little while. So for now, I'm going to keep things cool, just try to hold our current areas, and of course, make some decisions here.
Yes, sir.
Postpone the military council decision for now, but I am going to put research priority in research, not in discovery. Just try and work on what we've got. We've already got some ballistic vests, a bunch of other stuff. And Eternity Movement proposes a personal session. So this is the cult, of course, in our actual state. And we're going to go ahead and help them, or at least talk to them. There was much rejoicing amongst the cult members. Our relation with them went up, and it seems to me, sir, that in the end you spent a good time with them. And you seem more relaxed, if you ask me. That's a little creepy. So we may or may not be getting completely mind-controlled by this cult, but it is important in this game to keep your people happy. That includes the cults, the generals, etc. It might be one of my only gripes with the game, that if you do leave somebody unhappy, they almost certainly will rise up or cause you some pretty big problems. You can't really play one against the other. I think that if they added that, that would be quite cool. Right now, you've got to make sure that everybody is in your good graces. Now, the cult could lose popularity, of course, but right now, that Eternity cult seems to be pretty popular here in the Zeteran Legion's land space, so we're going to respect it. We're also going to try to wipe out these Xenos so we can join the war to the north. More importantly, begin the war to the north. You can see they're 58. These guys have a lot, and I mean a lot of troops. We might have to bring in the Doom Rocket and take them out that way. I mean, that's what we're dealing with here. It might even be an actual empire as opposed to just a small enemy. We'll take a look here in a second. Okay, enemies attacking, and these are the Xeno forces attacking the actual marauders, the free people, and this is not good. They're trying to actually get out of here, and my fear is that they actually wipe our road out. We have lost some infantry there in that defense, so let's put them to the test. Come on, boys. Look at this. A wonderful new brigade from Odessa just rose up. Thank goodness. Welcome aboard, guys. We're just going to surround the marauder here. We're going to end up having to get quite a lot of supply for our men in this area. Yeah, the odds are completely against us, so we're going to stay put and just hope that these troops can do something. But I am wondering if we should attack these guys now, or if we should wait. Because waiting might be too late. That's my fear. Let's just take all these areas around them. So I'm trying to cut off any possible supply they could be getting. I'm not going to fire yet, but you can see where we have our Doom Rocket. We've got him right there. Move these guys up as well, just to make sure that we control the road completely. So the enemy knows that if they try to take this road, they're gonna have major problems. But again, we have some major problems just not being able to destroy that guy this turn. It's going to slow things down. So now we have to do a policy speech to our people to essentially let them know what we're going to go down, either a bureaucratic asset, or maybe go into mining, or go into democracy. I'm actually going to go ahead and go into enforcement. Yes, we've been far too nice, and we need to show people that we're not simply a happy little republic. We will absolutely get involved if we need to. And once again, the Anima Circle requests a blessing. It's going to be 7 political points. I'll go for it. Once again, we get an increase with some of our relations. And Elsador demands regular relations. This is a nearby nation. I'm going to accept this only because I want to actually see a map of their area. I believe that if we have normal relations with them, we eventually do get a map. Nonetheless, we do need to make friends here. Now, food is an issue. We definitely need to increase the actual food production here. And I believe if we go into constructs, we are building a dome. Let me take a look. So this dome farm right here is actually under private control. And as you guys can see here, we're in 2 turns. We're going to have another agricultural dome facility. In the meantime, we really need to try and find something we can sell. We're not making anything great, honestly. So overall, our trade networks, things like that, need to improve, and that's just going to take time. If we construct this now, it's going to take 5,500 workers, 200 water, and 10 energy per turn, as well as 200 food. And since we're already undergoing a food crisis, I think we just need to wait for this one to get built. Eventually, we can probably take over one of the existing ones, but not for now. Really want to see what this Xeno does, but I don't feel comfortable launching any sort of war or attack until we know for sure that that Xeno threat is wiped out, because if they cut off our roads from Greninkan, our second city, then of course our war is not going to go very well, and who knows, these guys might even do a counterattack and wipe us out or end up taking the city back for themselves. So if we're going to declare war here, I want to make sure there are no threats here. Also want to get a road to that deep foam entertainment area. There are so many little entertainment buildings around this area that if we link them up to our cities, I'm confident that rebellions are going to be very few and far between. Pretty much just keep our people happy with drugs, sex, rock and roll. That's pretty much what we're doing. So if we can build things to this area, people are going to be quite content. Also, if we can connect these tiny villages and towns, then of course we're going to have more recruitable population, and some more people will actually move to our cities. As of right now, it would take them quite a miracle to stumble across our roads. Alright, they haven't attacked us. We're entering a time of relative calm, still with that time of relative calm. And we also discovered the barracks tech, so this is great. Looks like our staff... Oh, guys, this is amazing. Our scav teams found ancient storage near Loyat in the zone Greninkan. We found 5 machinery. Machinery can be used to build so many different things in this game, and also we could just sell it for additional money. You know, we have just so many options here with the actual machinery itself. But our goal here is to shut down the Xeno threat, and I hope that we can do it now. We just barely have better odds than them. Let's go ahead and attack. These guys know the land. They've been here their whole lives, so they're going to put up a hell of a fight. Keep it going, boys. Looks like the 3rd Odessa and the 1st Odessa guards went in right away and had some pretty serious resistance. The defender has held, guys. I think to take him out, we're going to have to send in more troops. And another thing we need to do is replace existing troops. So let's see here what we can do about that. Wow, 5,700. Riflemen are going to be joining our forces next turn. I hope that that's really going to help with taking this area, and I think it probably will. As for here, I'm still not sure. Not sure if we should attack yet. Let's get those additional infantry forces over. Of course, we're using the road to really speed that up. And I'm even going to trade for some food. We do have a food issue here.
Copy that.
And I think it's better to be safe than sorry. We might even be able to sell some of our high-tech parts, although it doesn't look like anybody's looking for it right now. Let's sell a little bit of metal. Oh, no, they're paying very little for metal right now. And for fuel. Man, I've never seen prices this bad. So right now we're going to hold on to our resources because the market seems to be flooded with all of those different resources. But as you can see here, we've got things like the Royal Retreat, the Helium Reactor. These all produce energy, and this one here produces political points. These are the buildings we really need to essentially, you know, promote our empire. We're going to help the Anima Circle. Once again, we've helped out the cults in our actual region quite a lot. And I'm just going to see if there are any other things we want to do here. We can meet the CEO and actually raise taxes. That's an actual option. We could also do a radiation leak in an effort to get some fate points. And I think it's good for us to do this soon. I know it'd be crazy, but if we get those fate points, it's going to help us later. So we've just increased contamination here. And I might even go for, an eager industrialist. I have the ambition, I have the capital. Let me start my industrial empire here. So the only issue with this situation is, of course, we're creating another private corporation. But this guy could very well, you know, turn our cities into boom towns. So I think that's going to be very important. I'm also going to calm down unrest here in my cities. And hell, we'll even go for an archaeology boost. Quite sure there are no hidden archaeological finds left in the zone. That's too bad. And let's see here, the tactical genius. I just want to see the respect amongst my relations. They're okay. You know, the lowest one being Libra Electro at 64. Overall, I think we're okay with most of our actual. Again, the relative column continues, which is really, really helpful. And the total of our mining assets is at 1 level. So we do need to increase our actual mining assets. But one thing is cool, we've got the padded in fire suit. This is going to pretty much increase the armor for our men. We want to increase that. There is a way to increase soldier morale, and that's to increase the actual wages to our soldiers. We're not going to go down that route just yet. I know it seems mean, but before we do that, I want to see if we can't of course, beat back the enemy here. These free folk eventually have to be knocked down. And now that we got those reinforcements, we've got some fresh troops in many of these groups. Well, specifically, the militia and infantry groups. So let's attack. I agree that we could probably use a few more units. And the enemy with that ambush absolutely taught us a lesson. We just have to keep these guys here. We can't leave. In fact, I'm going to replace those troops as well. That's right, I know. We got to get 500 more riflemen and pretty much fill that area out. Now that we've got reinforcements arriving, we might be able to make a difference. You can see here that the enemy's onto us. They're starting to reposition their troops over here to get control of those roads. We just want to keep pushing. I don't want to attack yet, but I'm getting very ready for it, guys, believe it or not. I'm getting very, very ready to attack. First thing, I want to make sure that we get that farm up. It's going to be built in about 2 turns. And then I'll feel pretty confident here. Independent lab discovered in Grenicon, guys. We discovered a private technological laboratory in a remote area of Grenicon. If we could scrap it and enlist their staff, it would give us plenty of organizational and political muscle in the form of 40 political points. Or we could ask the scientists to start sharing their work with us and gain 100 research points every turn. Yeah, we're going to let them keep on doing their thing. Now, unfortunately, Bertree Ultra, the governor of Grenicon, was not happy with that decision. But we'll keep an eye on him, and if anything happens, we have ways of dealing with him. Training opportunity in the 4th Odessa Guards Regiment. We definitely need a veteran sergeant here. Make sure that that morale and order specifically is going to be very, very high in our units. And he's going to accomplish that almost certainly. Hopefully by next turn, we'll be able to wipe out this threat once and for all. Now we're in a full-blown time of relative calm. I mean, the calmness in our empire couldn't get any better here. We just also researched sealed roads, and we actually have a meeting with that cult this turn. But first things first, and that is finally wiping out these marauders, and I hope we can accomplish that, guys. We're going to go ahead and go for this attack. I'm throwing everybody into it. 17-to-1 odds. I would be amazed if they were able to survive this. But they have survived other things before. These people really do know how to hide in this territory, and it looks like they got away. We won the battle, but we didn't actually harm them that much. You know, we barely touched them, to be honest with you. So I definitely want to go ahead, replace troops, and we're going to have to wait until we go to Jeanette Town and take it over. I don't think we can go there right now. The good news is that by next turn, I believe, we're going to have that farm over here in Kebuhome. I cannot wait. If you guys enjoyed this series, you know what you got to do. Hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. Any and all backseat gaming is appreciated and actually recommended in this series. I want you guys to help out. Maybe we'll even name some characters after users that regularly comment. As you can see here, I want to improve policy in favor of the cult. Yes, I am going pretty cult-heavy here. Director for Military Council, we've got a new guy named Cornelius Galliman, and this is great. He also has really great relations with us in general, so this is going to be great, perfect. And now we can choose our new research target. Now, we already have the barracks, so we're going to go for the hospital. Protests in Grenincon. The Greninconians have been a problem for a while. We could give in to their demands, or we could send in the troops to stop this protest. Let's roll a dice and see if we can calm them down. This is a tough challenge. I went out of the streets to Polter. No, the failed talk was just petrol on the fire. Unrest increased by 30%. We've got to be careful with Grenincon. That's pretty much a city on the road to where all of our current military forces are, so we don't want to lose this city under any circumstances. In fact, I may even try to raise a unit here and have them defend the city from any rebels. See you